Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to be talking about our Groupon specials. And so some of you may already have Groupon specials. Some of you may not, or maybe you've been thinking about it. But we want to give you more information, some more knowledge as far as how to start your Groupon special, but then also maybe kind of seeing what some of the most successful Groupon ads are doing right now in our industry and how they're getting all these great results. So I'm going to share my screen. And oh, look at that. There's Jason Smith on our new electronic newsletters. That's pretty cool. If you guys haven't checked out the electronic newsletters yet for your students, make sure you talk to me or Valerie or Grandmaster Silva, and we'll get you guys hooked up for that. Here is increasing our enrollment with Groupon. Groupon is another tool, kind of like what we have in our toolboxes. You know, it's one of those things that is just going to create another pathway, another highway to your school for people to be able to come in. With Groupon, there's some crazy facts that just help you out as far as just giving some more prestige to that company. 83.1 million subscribers in 43 countries, and that was back in June of 2011. So 5 years ago, that was where they were at. Now, it does take a commission of 30% to 50% from the merchants who provide services. So a lot of people ask, well, how does Groupon make their money? Well, that's how. And so we're going to get more into that a little bit later on. But I wanted to put that out there right away because I know that was a lot of questions that I got about that. The first quarter of 2011, the revenue, $645 million that Groupon brought in. The gross profit for Groupon was $270 million. The net loss, $146 on advertising and whatnot, and everything else went back to the merchants, which is gigantic. And so you can definitely see that there's people spending money in there. And this is huge too. Look at your school and see how many people are there. And if you have 7 people in the lobby, one of them is using Groupon. 1 in 7 people in the US use Groupon. That's gigantic. And so we want to make sure that we're targeting people that are definitely checking out Groupon and telling their friends about it and everything. So it's just going to keep building and building and building. They've seen substantial growth over the past couple of years since they've been started and really getting a momentum building. So here's some of the things about Groupon. First off, it's definitely a service to get more clients. It's not going to make you rich overnight. Although most companies do see about a 30% increase in profit during the time that the Groupon ads are running. So that is something to think about. But it is an avenue to get more clients into your door. Another way to be able to utilize Groupon is fill available appointments. Groupon isn't just about purchasing an item or getting a great deal in a restaurant or even buying stuff for your martial arts school, but it's also you can customize your offer to where not only can they purchase the item, but they can schedule their first appointment right then and there, and you can email immediately. So your appointment book is being filled up. It's kind of like having an instructor, assistant instructor marketing for you or VIPing for you the entire time that Groupon ad is running. Another benefit is sell extra inventory. Groupon isn't just about, for martial arts schools, selling your programs and whatnot, but also after the year, we always have our big holiday sales, and we sometimes have more retail left over than we'd like to see, or at the, when we do our spring cleaning and we find items that we haven't used in 2 years, instead of throwing away or donating, so those are some of the things that you can post on Groupon, or those are some of the things that, you can put into some of your packages for Groupon. So those are all things that we can be talking about. Get reviewed and social proof. That's such a big thing. Is if you look over here at this ad that I have on here, we see 10 martial arts class pass, including initiation fee and a uniform, and a 16 martial arts class pass, including initiation fee, uniform, test, graduation, and belt. Let's look at this one right here. This one right here says $475 is the price. They say $443, and they only pay $32. But over 1,000 people have bought that. That's gigantic. I was talking yesterday about how on my anniversary, my wife and I actually went ziplining and over at the Superstition Mountains. It was amazing. But I went on Groupon, and that's where I found it, because on Groupon you can actually see things to do locally, and that's where you'll pop up. And we'll, again, talk about that later on. But I saw the social proof thing on there. Over 1,000 people bought that ziplining ad. So I knew, first off, it's going to be a lot of fun because people are buying it. And second off, nobody's died yet. So I think we'll be pretty safe. So, those are some big things that we want to see with social proofing. And another thing is getting reviewed. No matter how many times that your students tell you in person that you're a great instructor, it's when they actually post about it or they click about it or share about it online that it starts getting you that extra boost up in those ratings. Custom offers that you create. These are not cookie cutter offers. So these are designed for that school. So you can create whatever offer that you would like to be able to post out on your Groupon ad. There is no upfront cost. So when you're thinking about the Groupon ad and thinking about our marketing, everybody has a marketing budget, and we always try and stay under that for those last minute emergencies, towards the end of the month if we need to boost something up. With Groupon, your initial investment is your time. It's just about building the ad and going on there and getting it going. After that, it's just about making sure that you're servicing those people and keeping things running smoothly. But there's no upfront cost as far as financial investment goes. Definitely going to boost your online exposure. When you have your Groupon ad, you're now going to be searchable and come up when people pull up their Groupon. If I have somebody that is at the grocery store in my plaza and they're on Groupon and they're clicking on local ads or they click on things to do, well, because they're so close to my location, I'm going to pop up first. And so that's how it's going to be kind of managed. Now, you're not going to be able to be searched by your zip code, but you are going to be able to hit all those people that are around your area, because the closer that you are to them with your address, the more or the higher up in their search, when they search for local deals or things to do in their area, you're going to pop up. And then another way to do that is we talked about having your Facebook group with all of your black belts and your families that are big advocates for your school. Once your Groupon is live, you can take that link and share it in that group so that way they can share it to everyone else. Because maybe all of their friends or maybe some of the people that they've talked to before in the past, some of the referrals that they tried to bring in, maybe it just wasn't the right time, or maybe the price point was too high. They wanted something a little bit safer. So this could have been it right here. And finally, it's the need it, have it thing. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And it's, that's why we say it's just another tool for your toolbox. I'd rather have a toolbox full of tools that I may not need right now, but I have them in case I do. So all of these things are gigantic for you to be able to think about on what you can increase with a next to nothing, or if nothing, financial investment. This right here is Rocky Leads ad up in Washington. This is gigantic. This is what really kind of sparked Grandmaster Silva and I to start looking into Groupon for all of our clients and to get you guys educated about it. You can see here that it's 4 or 10 kickboxing classes, a personal training session, and boxing gloves at ilovekickboxing.com, 74% off. Now, when we looked at this first, we thought, because I Love Kickboxing, that it's a big franchise, they have schools everywhere and whatnot, we thought this was just for that franchise. It was actually not. When you're over here and you see over 1,000 people have bought this $50 special, or over 370 have bought this $30 special, that's huge in alone. But over here, 96% approval rating of 10,706 customers recommend this. Now, we did our searches and we looked at other I Love Kickboxing Groupons and people from different states and locations. And this number is specific to each Groupon ad. So that means that this Groupon ad right here is for Rocky School. And so that's huge that he's getting such a big exposure for that. I mean, not just for his kickboxing program, that's fantastic, but just for his school alone, because that's at his location or at his locations that he has. So that's something to think about too. Now, some of the things that we want to make sure that you guys are educated on as well before you decide to do a Groupon ad is, becoming a Groupon merchant, you have to remember a couple things. Offers should be a minimum of 50% off. Groupon says you can offer as much off as you'd like, but they recommend at least 50% off for people to actually click on your special. Now, what does that do for your business? Well, if we're selling a program for $600 and we mark it down 50% to $300, and then Groupon takes 50%. So that means that we're only getting $150. That's quite a bit difference. So that's why we want to try and make sure, I'm going to skip this one. We want to try and offer packages, not programs. That's going to also save you later on from some of your other students going on to Groupon and seeing your ad and saying, well, hang on a minute, how come the Groupon special for our program is cheaper than what we pay in-house? Well, we want to avoid all of that. So it's better to offer packages, offer a 10-class package, a 12-class package, offer including a uniform, a hand target, some of that extra retail that we were talking about earlier, into that package, graduation testing like we saw in the other ad. All of these things are going to help build the value of your package. The other thing you can do too is raise the price of your package. You have your prices set for your programs, but one thing you have to remember is that those prices set for your programs, maybe if you divide it out, it comes out to about $10 a class for the students to be able to train each week, and so, or maybe it's, $12 a class. There's nothing that says that you can't be rewarding your students for signing up on a 6-month, 12-month, or 3-year program by offering them a cheaper price point on classes. That's why it's that much. Where these packages, the real value is twice that amount. So now classes are $20 or $25. So the higher in package or the higher in price point you are, the more offer and savings that you can reduce, because people aren't just looking for how much things cost on Groupon. People are comparing the savings. You can be offering the same exact package as another karate school right down the street, but if their package is worth more and they're saving more money with that school, well, they're going to automatically think that that has a higher value. And so without them even setting foot in the school. So we got to make sure that we're taking all that into consideration. You're going to get paid if they come in or they don't. When you're getting all these Groupons clicking on your ad and buying them and everything, like we saw, 1,000 people clicked on that ad and they bought it, and that's amazing. But that school maybe doesn't have 1,000 Groupon students training there, or 1,000 people didn't come in from Groupon. A lot of people that see Groupon, it's an impulse buy. They're going to click it because it's right there in the moment and they have money burning a hole in their pocket. And so they may or may not actually take advantage of that Groupon. But there are ways to be able to kind of give them that sense of urgency to be able to make it happen. Like for instance, that ziplining Groupon that I bought for my wife and I, it had a 2-week expiration date from the time that I purchased it. So within 2 weeks, we had to use it, or else my money was gone. That's it. So, maybe not 2 weeks, but maybe you can put like a 30-day or 60-day expiration date on their Groupon and when they can take advantage of it. Or you can go ahead and just put in those appointment slots and they can fill out when they want to set their first appointment. And then again, that's all customized to you on what times are available for you for your appointments. So you're going to get paid regardless. And of course, the Groupon team, they're going to help you along the way. The Groupon team is really great about things. They're not only going to help you by making sure that your ad gets posted up on their site, but they're going to be reviewing your ad. They're going to be making sure that everything you're typing is spelled correctly, your punctuation is in place, that the wording is probably, the best that's going to be on there. And then also, if the images that you submit to be able to be posted up on your Groupon, if they're not at a certain quality, Groupon won't even accept them, but they have a huge database of some stock photos that they've used for a bunch of their ads. And these stock photos have been known to be most engaging stock photos. They've had tons of people work on algorithms to be able to find out what gets people to click. So they're going to be there to help you is the big thing. And coming up, finally, or kind of closing it up, with your Groupon, you want to make sure you choose how long you want to run the ad for. It's not posting it and then you're done. And so you can choose to run your ad for 30 days. It could be a monthly thing. It could be a quarterly thing, seasonal, whatever it is, but you can pick it. And that's a great way to kind of see what kind of growth you have with that ad and just track your stats coming in with it, because you're going to want to change things up every now and then, find out what's working and what's not working. My recommendation is change up your offer monthly, quarterly, or annually, or all three. And what I mean by that is have multiple offers. What I did right here is all I typed in on my Groupon was kid's birthday, and it brought up all the local birthday options. Now you can see that this is the very top of the page. At the very top, we have karate. And then right here, we have karate. And over here, we have a really cool looking Odyssey mirror maze, which looks like from Mission Impossible. But these karate things are right at the top, and they're offering birthday parties. They're offering ninja birthday parties or superhero birthday party or a Power Ranger birthday party. Sounds familiar. You guys are probably doing the same exact thing. The only difference is that you may not have that on Groupon, and these guys do. And so if you're lacking in that birthday party department, then this might be what gets you that boost. And so I would definitely be putting up a birthday party package. I would be putting up a free package for women's self-defense or street defense or gun safety or armed assailant, knife assailant. Everything that you teach right now for your events, your seminars, your special classes, all that stuff is warranted to be up on Groupon, and people are searching for it right now. And you may be not able to make a huge profit per se from each birthday party you do or every package that you sell or whatnot, but you're definitely going to be bringing in more numbers into your door. And we had a question yesterday that a gentleman was asking, well, he used his Groupon too, and he had people coming in, but they weren't having the right price point because they couldn't afford it. They could only afford the Groupon, all that stuff. That's going to happen. These are bargain hunters. People are going on Groupon for one reason. They're looking for a deal, and they're looking, to spend money on that deal. And so we want to make sure that we understand that these guys are wheelers and dealers. But also coming in, we want to be prepared for that. One thing that I did that I found a lot of success in is we definitely had our standard programs, our basic program, our leadership program, our 12-month and our 3-year. But then also I had another option, which was definitely more prone to my Groupon people coming in because they didn't have the funds per se for that first down payment or anything. And it was a one-time-a-week option. Instead of paying $135 a month, I had a one-time-a-week option for $79 a month. And that allowed them to train in the basic program. Now, the only difference was that every 3 months, instead of them moving from white belt to yellow belt and yellow belt to orange belt, they moved up half a rank. White to white yellow, and then white yellow to yellow yellow orange to orange, and so on and so forth. And that way they still participate in graduations. That way they're still making progress and they're getting a new belt to keep them motivated, but they're not able to move up as fast as their friends are. And what I found is that a lot of people that came in from Groupon that went on that one class a week special, after that first graduation, everybody, close to everybody, found a way to be able to afford the full program because they saw the benefits, they experienced the value, and they see that it's much more than just karate that they're spending money on. So there's definitely ways to be able to keep those Groupon specials still in your school. And then, of course, right here, this is a big one. UP has you covered. Guys, Grandmaster Silva went through, and he has been doing tons of research on all these different Groupon ads, and not just the ones that are successful, but the ones that aren't successful, and looking at the ones that have those high click numbers and the high pay numbers. So what he did is he actually formatted and built an ad for you guys to have. Now, it's not an actual Groupon ad where you're going to go to the Groupon site and see it, but it's got all the language for you to put into your Groupon ad. And this language isn't on accident. It's taking everything that all these successful ads have in common and putting it into this and leaving out a lot of those things that the unsuccessful ads have. So we want to make sure that you have the most successful ad and you're going in with the best possible wording that you can have to be able to get people to move forward with it. So I'm going to go back to here just because these numbers are crazy. Does anybody have any questions for this? No? Okay.
Mr. Frater.
Yes, sir.
I was talking to a gentleman this weekend who specializes in just doing birthday party ads on Groupon, and he claims he did over 200 birthdays last year just from Groupons. He sold them. I don't know how many people actually came in. But the thing is, when they come from a birthday party, some of those people from the birthday party, or a lot of those people from the birthday party, can't afford your regular program. So you're getting people in for a birthday party, that's okay if you discount a birthday party. He says he gives away birthday party like the government gives away cheese. He'd just like to give a ton of parties away. For each one, he's getting 10 to 15 kids coming in, and they can't afford his program. So he's not just attracting people on a budget looking for a deal. because the guests coming to the birthday party, they're not looking for a deal. They're just looking for a great birthday party. They see it at your school, so have a great opportunity for converting a lot of students.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I mean, it's huge. And I said it yesterday. If you guys are following the cornerman procedures on your introductory lessons, then the Groupons that come in, maybe now you're getting an extra 20 appointments a month from Groupon. And out of those 20 appointments, maybe 10 people are showing up from Groupon. Well, even if those 10 people don't end up staying, if you're following the procedures in your intros, at the end of their introductory lesson, when their emotions are extremely high and they're fired up and they're excited for their next class, that's when you ask them, is there anybody else that you think would enjoy taking class with you? Or do you have any friends that you'd like to come in to try it out, or that you'd like to bring in to get your white belt? And you give them 2 VIP passes and you get 2 names and numbers. And so from those 10, we now have an extra 20 names and numbers to call. And hopefully those people will come in and we get 2 more people from everyone coming in from there at the end of the intro. I think that this is a huge opportunity for you guys to not only boost your presence online and have another avenue and tool, like we said, but also just getting that footwork into the door and foot traffic in the door and getting people into your school.
Yeah, because I don't think you only attract people that can't afford it. I think you have a mom sitting there and the kids have been talking about martial arts and go, okay, let's just try martial arts, but I'm not going to spend a lot of money just to try it. So then they go on Groupon. They probably have the money to spend full price for school, but they're looking for a good opportunity to get their kids to try it. Then if they try it, yeah, then they'll pay for it. But they want an inexpensive way. That's why we do the free lesson trials and things like that.
Yes,
but it's just giving people an opportunity to get in a low price point and just get, now I really like it. The reason I think it's important, because I'd hate to have someone who could afford my program look for an opportunity to get a deal and go to school down the street from me. I want to be on the same playing field as them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How hard is it to set up an ad?
Set up the group. It's not hard. When you go onto the Groupon site and you can click to become a Groupon merchant or merchant services, they'll ask you for a questionnaire. You have to put in your information as far as what is your business, your information, all of those things, and you'll have some fill in the blank type areas. From there, you'll get an email from Groupon, and it'll give you a link to be able to go onto the merchant dashboard. And that's your personal dashboard. And what'll happen on there is now you can start building your ad. Now, once you build it, it can't just automatically go on there. Then it goes through an approval process through Groupon, because they want high quality, great worded, nice looking ads on their site. The other thing also I forgot to mention, guys, is if you haven't used Groupon or you don't use Groupon, try going on there and going to your maps or putting in your martial arts school's name. You might be on there already. There won't be an ad, but what Groupon has started to do is they've started to automatically put businesses into their system, so that way people can see and search in the area on what businesses are around them, but also what businesses have Groupons around them and what ones don't. And so if you're on Groupon without an ad, then you might as well create the ad, so that way you have that exposure too.
Good point.
Yes, sir. Great. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And then also, if anybody would like a copy of what Grandmaster Silver wrote out for your Groupon ad, send me an email, masterd@unitedprofessionals.com, and I'll send it over to you. I think we had about 12 people yesterday that wrote me, and hopefully you guys all got your emails. But anybody else that need one, again, masterd@unitedprofessionals.com.
Excellent, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.